Hi everyone and welcome back to the Pike Homestead, and today we are looking at why we soak seeds for our microgreen series. So welcome. If this is your first video, we do have a couple other videos for you, so do check them out and continue along with our series. But today we're talking about soaking, why we soak, and how to soak your seeds. So why do we soak seeds? In nature, seeds need water to germinate. They soak up the water from the soil, which helps them grow. So they'll soak that up and then grow their little green roots into something amazing, like our wheatgrass here. So you see they soak up and grow these lovely roots into some wheatgrass. So as these are not out in nature and they are grown indoors in a very controlled environment, they need that water. Some seeds need more water than others, and if we want to grow them professionally and commercially, then we don't have a lot of time to wait for them to soak up enough water from the soil, especially when our trays are small and there's not a lot of soil in there. So we soak some of them. Now we don't soak all our seeds because not all seeds need it and they'll get enough moisture from our soil. Seeds that don't need pre-soaking before they go into the trays because they'll get enough water from their trays are red radish, because they're nice and small, and something like broccoli. They don't need soaking. But when you come to something like your beans or your peas or everybody's favorite sunflowers, they need soaking beforehand. They're a lot bigger and they require a lot more water before they can start to germinate, and they need to soak it all up. So they go from this little kind of shriveled little bean to a more plump pea that you would put on your dinner plate. If you end up soaking your small seeds, nothing bad will really happen, but they do start to get really sticky. Small seeds tend to have like a little film that goes around them when they get wet. This can make it really hard to spread them out evenly on your tray. So instead, we water the tray, we put the soil in, and we water that soil, and it will get enough moisture from that soil to start germinating. For our big peas though, we do definitely want to be soaking them because this is going to take a lot more water to soak and to expand before it starts germinating. And if we did them and planted them right away, they would still grow. It would just take longer. So we try to make up the time by soaking them prior to our planting time. So when I go and soak them, I pre-measure for each tray and put them into a Tupperware container and then pour really warm water. Not boiling, you don't want to cook them, but really warm, like really warm shower kind of water. And put that in a Tupperware, put the lid on, give it a little shake to make sure they're all wet, and I leave those for a set amount of time. How long you leave them for depends on your water temperature and what your kind of plan is. A good rule of thumb is to just soak them in cool water overnight. So you can just put them out into your Tupperware or whatever bucket you want to put them in to soak them, and pour cold water on them, and then in the morning they'll be ready to go. Or if you need it a little faster, use the warm water method and then put them in the container with warm water and wait either 1 to 4 hours depending on the seeds. Now something like my wheatgrass or sunnies, I only let them soak for an hour in warm water. My beans and my peas, I leave for 4 hours because they take up so much more water than the others. Let me show you how we do that now. all our seeds soaking. So this is our wheatgrass. Actually, yeah, that's my wheatgrass. So that is soaking. It's just getting all that water in there. That's still got a little like half hour yet. These are my oats. So our oats and our wheatgrass we use for fodder for our animals. Also good for juicing. Our peas, you can see they're starting to de-wrinkle a little bit in there. They're starting to pull up all that water. And our sunnies. So we will let those soak for 1 hour for some of them, 4 hours for the rest. If you're doing a mix of sizes, doing 4 hours for your sunnies and your wheatgrass in warm water won't harm them. So go ahead and wait the 4 hours. Once we're done soaking the seeds, we're going to rinse them off. And I'll show you how to do that now. All right, so we have soaked our sunflower seeds and we have rinsed them off. I don't have a sink down here, so we're just dealing with what I got. But just rinsing them under a sink in a little strainer is absolutely perfect. So once we've soaked the seeds and they've been sitting there for about 1 to 4 hours, depending on the seed type, we will then rinse them off and they'll be ready to plant. In our next video, we're going to be talking about how you plant your seeds and whether you should cover the seeds in soil, whether you're not, and why that matters. So join us in our next video, which you can see right here.